Hi guys, you are welcome back to another video. My name is Rodam. That is if it's your first time seeing me. Thank you so much for clicking, and I hope you can stick around up to the end. Have you ever felt trapped? Like, have you ever felt you are constantly being haunted by mistakes that you cannot seem to shake off, especially the past mistakes that you've made? Guilt can be a very heavy burden. It can even hinder us from living our lives fully. So today we are going to be diving into a world of guilt and forgiveness. We shall explore and recognize the grip of guilt and why it is so hard majority of the time to let go. Most importantly, we shall discover some of the practical tips that you can use to break free and embrace forgiveness and a brighter future. So sit down, relax, grab whatever you can grab, and let's dive in. So first of all, guilt can be a tormentor. It can manifest in different ways. It can appear like constant reminders of the past mistakes that you made, and sometimes it can nag like an inner critic that you face. You even face difficulty in trusting others, as the Bible reminds us in Romans. I'm going to be looking down because I have my notes here. As the Bible reminds us in Romans 3 verse 23, which says, "For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God." We are susceptible to the feeling of guilt because at the end of the day, come on, we are human. However, we are not supposed to let these feelings hinder our growth. Holding on to the past is like being trapped in a time loop, like endlessly reliving your moments of shame and guilt. It's a heavy burden that can prevent us from experiencing joy, from building friendships with others. Also, Corinthians 5 verse 17 says, "Therefore, if anyone is of Christ, the new creation has come. The old is gone and the new is here." I love this verse. I really do love this verse. This verse speaks of a transformative power. Once you accept Jesus Christ in your life, like you've undergone a spiritual rebirth. The old self, which is characterized by guilt, by shame, and the negative pattern, is replaced through that rebirth, a new creation. This new creation is characterized by love, by self-forgiveness, by peace, by joy, and also a desire to live a life that is pleasing to God. So in relation to guilt and self-forgiveness, this verse offers hope and reassurance. It is possible to break free from the chains of guilt. So why is forgiveness so hard? Why do we find it hard to forgive? Maybe even forgiving another person, or just self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness can be a daunting challenge when we hold ourselves to a higher standard than anyone else would. We feel like we have betrayed ourselves, we left ourselves down in a profound way. This can create a deep-seated shame and unworthiness. Our human nature tends to focus on the mistakes and the shortcomings instead of focusing on the growth and progress. So Romans 9 verse 19 speaks of this. It says, "For what I do not understand. I do not practice what I want to do, but I do what I hate." This internal conflict that we feel makes self-forgiveness really hard, and makes it like seem out of reach to majority of the people. Additionally, also societal pressures to seem perfect. You want to seem perfect to people out there and successful to everyone. If you fail, you end up feeling guilt and shame that you failed to live to their expectation of you. We compare ourselves to others and we fall short, and doing this alone can lead to self-criticism, and majority of the time it's like you find it even hard to forgive yourself because comparison is another thief of joy that I really don't talk about much. So it is essential to understand that everyone makes mistakes, and also true self-worth should be coming from within and not from external validation from other people. What are the steps that you can take to overcome that whole feeling of guilt and embrace self-forgiveness? First and foremost, overcoming guilt is a journey. It's not a destination. It requires patience. It requires self-compassion. So what was I saying? Self-forgiveness requires patience. It requires a willingness to grow. I want to give you guys some of the steps that I've used to overcome that guilt and to also embrace self-forgiveness. The first one is acknowledge your feelings. Don't suppress your emotions. Majority of the time we don't want to seem weak. We don't want the world to see us that we are broken, especially when something has happened and it has actually broken us. We don't want to seem not able to handle things. You have to allow yourself to experience all these emotions, whether it's guilt, whether it's rage, including sadness. This isn't about drowning in negativity. It's about acknowledging your feelings. As Psalm 13 verse 9 reminds us, you have searched me, Lord, and you know me. This verse acknowledges that God understands our deepest emotions. Secondly, learn to practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would treat someone else, or you would expect to be treated. This is the same way you would treat a friend that is going through a difficult situation. Treat yourself like that. Remember, everyone makes mistakes, just as Romans 3 verse 23 said, for we have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. This verse is just highlighting human experience, emphasizing the need for self-compassion. Thirdly, learn from your mistakes. Instead of dwelling on the past, focus on what you can learn from that mistake that you made. In the mistakes are opportunities for us to grow. Just as James, I love this verse, just as James 1:2-4 says, consider it pure and joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. So perseverance must finish its work, so that it may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Fourth one is make amends. This is kind of hard. We find it hard. I find it hard, but it is very important to make amends. That is, if you have the opportunity to make amends, do it sincerely. Don't just go to just make amends because you want to remove that guilt from yourself. Do it with a sincere heart. It can provide closure. However, also remember that forgiveness does not really require restitution. The fifth one is seek support. Seek support from a family member, a friend, a therapist. I talk about this a lot because I believe that no man is an island. We all need each other. Talking about your feelings alone really goes a long way. It can help you process them and gain possible solutions and even new insight. So the sixth way is always focus on the present. Shift your attention away from the past, from what you cannot control, from what you cannot change, from what has already happened. Found yourself here where you are now, and prevent yourself from getting lost in the past, from those things that you cannot control. Finally, learn to set realistic goals. I know majority of the time we get so ahead of ourselves and we set goals that clearly you cannot hit, like you cannot reach there. We set goals that, I don't want to use the word, but I have to use it, that are sometimes impossible, that are not within our reach, and when we fail we end up beating ourselves, living in shame, in guilt, because we have failed to achieve a goal that we ourselves set, thinking that we could actually reach there, yet it was not within us. So learn to break your journey into small achievable goals. Celebrate your progress along the way. So by incorporating these steps, you can gradually, slowly release the grip of guilt. Forgiveness takes time. It's about releasing the past and creating a space for a brighter future. You deserve happiness, you deserve peace, you deserve joy. So take the first step today. You're not alone in this journey. If you're struggling with guilt today, I hope some of the points that I've given can help you overcome this guilt and learn to forgive yourself. Learn to take things slowly. We got this. You got this. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed, please don't forget to hit the subscription button and turn on the notification bell, because I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless you. Be blessed. Good night, good evening, good morning. Bye.